Welcome back. You're watching France 24 and it's time for Media Watch, a roundup of the top stories in the international media with James Creedon. Hi, James.
Good evening, Lana.
And we'll start, as is tradition by now, with the French presidential campaign.
Right.
The election is just a few days away, really.
I thought you were going to
10
say, as is tradition, with a campaign tune, because we're
Oh, yes, with a campaign tune as well. We've been doing this for a few days, actually.
That's right.
And now you've got one coming from socialist candidate François Hollande.
That's right. A quick little introduction to this piece of music. Two rap producers who are fans of François Hollande asked if they could follow him while he was visiting areas of the French suburbs, and they put together this piece of music with his blessing. Let's take a look at this.
Can't wait.
So I ball so hard, motherfuckers wanna find me. What's 50 grand to a motherfucker like me? Can you please remind me? Ball so hard, this shit crazy.
Le même train que François Hollande. Je suis dans le train, il est dans le train. Le même train que moi, je suis à la gare du Nord.
Ball so hard, this shit weird. We ain't even pro be here.
Big up François Hollande.
Psycho.
Il faut mettre quelqu'un dedans.
So wait, François Hollande cruising through Paris suburbs. That's what we've got
François
here.
on the RER, François getting down with the people.
That's amazing.
François in the house, right? And so, I mean, I don't know if he's exactly an icon of American rap music, but
And it just
cer-
clashes with his image so
Absolutely,
much. That's what's so
he's no
surprising.
hip hop star. Let's call a spade a spade. Now they are pointing out on websites such as Newsring that we're seeing a lot of these campaign clips, whether they are official or unofficial, and there is some skepticism about them as to whether or not they're sort of avoiding the key issues. Really, it's just a PR stunt. It's not politicians really doing politics. It's politicians trying to be stars.
Let's talk about this. We've seen politicians in video clips. We
Yes.
haven't heard them a lot on some of the key issues. At least that's what some of the press is saying.
That's right. Let's take a look at the front page of the Canard Enchaîné satirical newspaper. They're pointing out that the driving license and the process of getting your driving license in France is an issue that all of the candidates have been discussing in the past week, because Sarkozy suggested a way of simplifying the process. The paper says we have a housing crisis, we have an economic crisis. Why are we talking about driving licenses? A couple of other headlines. Marianne on their website are talking about how international politics is absent from the campaign in many ways. Another website, Mediapart, saying essentially the same thing. And we, of course, remember the economists from Page from a couple of weeks back saying that France is in denial, politicians are in denial about the economy. So major issues seem to be absent from this campaign, focusing on frivolous stuff, really.
So if candidates aren't talking about the stuff that matters, what are they talking about when they're not cruising or singing and dancing?
Right. Well, this is just a quick little flick through some of the media today. François Bayrou on France Inter this morning answering questions about what his favourite song is.
Oh, they really are singing and dancing.
That's right, Barbara.
A lot of
and,
music in this
what was the
campaign.
song? Ma plus belle histoire d'amour. Let's move to Dupont-Aignan. He's one of the minor candidates. A video was dug out of the archives of him from last year. Let's take a quick listen to this, talking about scooping up your dog poop.
Ah, je ramasse, parce que ça, j'y tiens. J'emmerde tellement les gens. J'ai découvert, en ayant un, que c'était rien à faire. Et je suis scandalisé que dans ma ville, j'ai d'énormes problèmes. Et je vais être d'autant plus sévère que maintenant je sais que c'est rien.
Hey,
Right.
it's a lesson in civility.
That's right, but perhaps not a major
Living
issue, right?
together. Certainly not.
And just a quick look at two other headlines today, Lana. L'Express was talking about what the candidates do 5 minutes before a rally. Mélenchon apparently has breathing exercises. Hollande, again, this is window dressing, right? These aren't major issues, but the media focuses on this a lot, and so do the candidates. Le Monde has been focusing on voter apathy, and that could be the result of all of this, dancing around the major issues and avoiding them, really. Perhaps some people won't go to vote because,
stay home.
for example, one guy, Pascal, speaking to Le Monde, said, no one is dealing with the real issues. We're just seeing PR strategies with one aim, getting into power. So some people perhaps not happy with the way major issues are being avoided.
Some disappointment there. Thanks very much for that
Thanks,
roundup.
Anna.
James Creedon, that was Media Watch on France 24.